Good evening, morning, afternoon, as the case may be in your part of the world, and welcome to yet another edition of Ask Zen Archer. Unfortunately, the gentleman who had asked this question, he's closed up some of the things that he's done here on the web, and I don't know if he will see this or not, but for the benefit of those of you who will, we'll go ahead with it. And the question was, Dear Zen Archer, people used to believe, and some people still believe, that if you take your picture, that you're capturing their soul. And do you think that's true? And if it is true or not true, how does it apply to YouTube and what we're doing today? I was going to script out an answer because it's a pretty deep question, but I decided just to speak on it, kind of shoot at it from the hip. So, here we go. Yes, people did believe that, and there was a certain amount of truth in that having your picture taken is an image of you and your environment, and sharing that with the world, which although it doesn't really take anything from you, it is your image, it is about you, and so it is a piece of you. And so it is a valid point, and there are people today who still feel that way. There are many here in my area. We have some Quakers and that kind of thing, and they, for the most part, ask that you don't take their picture. And I think that's because it's a vanity issue with them. But as it applies to YouTube, that's also true. When you put out your video and expose yourself to the masses, you open yourself up to ridicule, you open yourself up to people who are not going to appreciate that you had the nerve or the guts or the courage to do that, and that you would expose yourself and your lesser valued qualities to the masses, and they're going to attack you for it, and they're going to say mean and nasty things about it, and that is ultimately going to get back to you and change your character and change who you are. So it's true in that respect. But it's also true in the respect that you're putting yourself out there and you're saying, this is my life, this is who I am. And I'm specifically talking about people that do pretty much what I do, just video blog rather than production videos. Although who you are and what you are comes through in everything that you do. So it is true in that fashion too, because you are putting yourself out there and you're allowing people to see what your everyday life is, and you're giving a piece of you to them, and some of them will recognize themselves in you. Some of them will think you're an idiot, but the response that you get back from that very often, even if you're as mundane as I am, will feed your ego, and then that id takes over a lot of what you do. Ego's a big thing, and when it starts to get fed, it wants more, and it becomes greedy, and so it changes who you are, not necessarily in a good way. It becomes an addiction in many cases, as it has here, certainly. I hardly watch television anymore. YouTube is my television. It's real reality TV produced by the people who are actually in the videos. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a powerful thing and a wonderful thing, and gives us a better view of the world. But as it pertains to stealing your soul, I don't think it steals your soul, but it certainly affects who you are, and affects the way that you approach life, and the way that you approach YouTube, and the way that you approach others outside of YouTube. Sometimes in a negative way, and sometimes in a positive way. So I think that's how that applies to. That's how it applies to YouTube. I don't really think it's anything to be feared. I think it's more honest, more open, more balancing, as long as you remember to keep balance with it. And the person who asked this question, I think that possibly the balance was the problem there. I don't know, but I watched his exit video, and he took down his videos and said, what am I doing? And that may be a good thing for him, and I think it was just a matter of YouTube had taken over his life. It was what he thought, ate, and breathed, and he lost balance in his life because YouTube was all he was doing and all he was thinking about. And hopefully he'll get his inner compass back on track, and he won't be away long. He'll come back and realize that YouTube, while it can be addicting, is a valuable tool to share who you are with others, have them share with you, and to get a better picture of the world around us. So that's all I have for this edition of Ask Zen Archer. As always, I welcome you to ask me any question, big or small, controversial or not. I'll be happy to give you my views on it, tell you what I think about it and how it applies to balance and inner peace. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. This is Zen Archer saying, be well.